You're gay. Hello and welcome back, Ravers. It is season 4, episode 11 of Gay Rave, and I am the Gabby L. I am so happy that we are back. It is the 4th week of the rest of my life, and we finally have our 2026 hobbies locked and loaded. Okay, I am a bitch that when I see that new year coming, I'm like, girl, we have got to get ready. We have got to gear up. We have to set intention. And not for nothing, this weekend and this week, actually, like Hanukkah, winter solstice, Christmas, hello. All I hear is inspiration, introspection, goal setting, more like, hello. Okay, so my plan for 2026, let's dive right in. Okay, I'm doing powerlifting, country line dancing, and Spanish classes. Okay, those are my you're getting out of the house, you're doing something for your mind, you're doing something for your body, audio. Okay, so this is my 2026 plan, and then Q2 we reassess. I have many thoughts. I'm writing in this journal every damn day, all my fuck ass ideas. Okay, all right, so last week went and saw the Lord show. It was amazing. It felt very like girlhood, so much jumping and just like communal screaming about shared experiences. Like seeing Greenlight in person and Ribs and Supercut. Oh my God. And the way that Lord is, she is an alternative girly. She is not giving you like the Yeezus Mountain. She is not giving you the Chapel Roan Castle. She is giving you like a stage, and then she is sort of doing her dancing on it. She's taking off her pants, showing her little panty, doing sort of a interpretation, talking about how she's feeling about her body and her gender. I'm like, yes, I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm getting it. She's in her little boxer. She's in her little tape over her boobs. I'm like, I get it, girl. I am picking it up all the way from 224. Like, I see you down there. All of the photos I take on my phone. First of all, this phone is the bane of my existence, but all of the footage looks like the footage. Why was I going to say of that plane hitting the Pentagon on 9/11 from that gas station? Like, it all is in 120p. Like, you can't see a thing, graininess. Like, it's like you're zooming in 2.5x. Like, you can't actually make out what is really happening. But I was there and I saw it with my eyes, okay? And forget that I mentioned the thing about the Pentagon, okay? Just forget about it, all right? Just pretend I never mentioned it, all right? So that happened. And that reminded me I had a actual generational run of shows I saw this year. Allow me to list them out for you, because if I'm going to do one thing, it is going to be recap my year. I'm going to be thinking about and analyzing and doing a little bit of taking inventory. If there's one thing I'm going to do, it's going to be what? Say it with me. Taking inventory. I'm taking inventory of my year. Okay, so I wrote this down. I went on a generational run of shows. Let me tell you. I saw Chapel Roan, Sabrina Carpenter, Lord, Haim, Lady Gaga, Lucy Dacus, and Cardi B. Hello. I also saw a lot of shows this year, like theater shows. Redwood, that was this year. Morgan J, the comedian. Sunset Boulevard. Teeth, horrible, by the way. Operation Mincemeat, amazing. Tada, with Josh Sharp. John Proctor is the villain. Heathers, Urinetown, and this all-in comedy show. Oh my God, a bitch has been outside. Imagine what's going to happen. In addition to my many hobbies in 2026, I already have shows for January and February. I've got Mamma Mia. I've got Oedipus. I've got Hell's Kitchen. I'm going to see Hell's Kitchen because you know who's in it? Fucking Neo. Neo's in it. So now, not only do I get to see the amazing show by Alicia Keys, I also get to see the one and only, one of the many stars of Stomp the Yard, one of my favorite movies, Neo. Okay, moving on. So, also, still have a chance to see one last show this year. The Jonas Brothers are down the street from me as I record this. So maybe I'll pop a ticket. Maybe I'll try to get one at the door, see if I can just go see them really quick, to also clear up the rumor that Joe Jonas sharted his pants on stage. There has been a TikTok going around, and this is directly going out to Raver Line. Okay, Line, I'm talking to you. There were rumors going around because Joe Jonas said in an interview, they're doing a lot of promo. Like, they did some Christmas songs, like Camp Rock 3 is coming out. There's got a lot going on, okay? This tour that they're on. And so he said that 4 years ago, he sharted himself on stage in white pants. And so everyone's going back to try to see the shart. And I saw some of the footage that they were giving better than the footage I've taken. Listen, like definitely more clarity. People were definitely closer to the stage. All right. But I did not see stains or sharts anywhere. And not that I'm a pro, but I have watched a lot of YouTube compilations of artists who are soiling themselves on stage, namely Chris Brown, who shitted himself, which comeuppets, if you ask me. Okay. And Fergie, another one that is just jumping to the top of the dome, pissed herself. All right. And I'm pretty sure she was like doing cartwheels or something at the time. She's always doing some fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? She can just sing a song like a normal person. And even when she does, it's like either way, you're kind of fucked. So might as well do a cartwheel. All right. So Joe Jonas, the answer is I have not seen definitive proof of the shart. And I do think that those pants have got to be locked and loaded. I mean, he wears them pretty tight, but the fabric must account for this, especially if it's a white pant. You don't just make like a flimsy white pant. What is this, Old Navy? He's wearing like a studded white pant. And this is not like it was 15 years ago at the AMAs when he fell through the glass door that broke and then he got that cut on his hand. This is not like those times. Okay. And that suit that he wore, that full white outfit that he wore, that he got the blood on from the AMAs, I'm pretty sure it was in like, I don't know, 2006, is like in a museum somewhere. Okay. Real fans know. Moving on. Next week is New Year's. All right. And more importantly, Mom Donnie's inauguration, January 1, City Hall. Go sign up. You do have to register if you want to like enter the premises or whatever. So to all my New Yorkers and people traveling in for the inauguration, please do register, and shout out once again to Ellen, who is helping to put on this whole event. So sign up. I'm going to put the link in the show notes for Mom Donnie's inauguration, City Hall, January 1st. See you there. Okay. And by the way, while you're here, New Year, set your intentions. Get ready. All right. We are not taking this shit lying down. This shit being life, okay? We are not rolling over. We are not giving up. 2026 is going to be the year of trying hard, okay? Try hard year. I'm calling it right now. And I know I said that odd years are usually good for me, but apparently they pulled the Uno reverse on me, and now 2026 is going to be good for me, even years moving forward. All right? Okay. So if you're hearing this, good things for me, come out wherever you are. 2026 is fine. I'll wait. Okay, moving on. I've noticed, since it is Christmas this week, and I am in my most festive headwear, you got to go to YouTube to see it, I have not noticed a lot of new Christmas movies this year. Like, Hallmark Channel, where are you? We are in a dire emergency. Last year, we had hits like Hot Frosty. Lindsay Lohan was back in her bag. Like, how are you going to come off the year of Hot Frosty, the Chad Michael Murray sexy dancing one about, small town girl moves to the big city, the Rockette one, too old, gets fired, and then comes back, that one. And then you're going to come off of Hot Frosty and you're going to give us nothing this year? Kind of crazy. But the heated rivalry of it all, not to bring it up already, 10 minutes into this podcast, I can't believe it even took this long. I do think that they're probably getting some ideas. I can see them in the boardroom now. Like, we need to capitalize on this hockey fandom, and ice is snow is winter is Christmas. Okay. I'm seeing them right now. They're making the connection. It's going to be a love hockey Christmas movie next year. I'm calling it. Okay. I'm calling it. Pull the transcript. And remember, erase the thing I said about the Pentagon, but bring this back up. All right. Bring this back up. So it's going to be called like Christmas on the Ice, Christmas, a hockey love story. I can fucking see it now, okay? But in my research that I was doing for this here podcast, because I wear glasses, so therefore I do research, I will have you know that I did find a movie from 2023, a Christmas movie. It's called Jingle Smells. It's on Tubi, and guess who executive produced it? The MAGA demon himself, Sean Hannity. He made a Christmas movie, and of course, it has everything. Canceled wrestlers, the woke mafia, PTSD-riddled Afghanistan veterans, bad cops. It has, corrupt toy company moguls. It has everything. Okay, so here's the plot. I'm going to try to give you the quick and dirty. Also, by the way, it premiered on Rumble, another very prominent streaming service. Is it even a streaming service? Unclear. Now it's on Tubi. Okay. So here's the situation. There's this guy. He's a cop. Also a veteran. It's important that you know that, apparently. He's a cop. His son got back from Afghanistan, riddled with PTSD. All right. So the dad helps to get him a job to keep him in order. He gets him a job as a garbage man. All right. So the son, the veteran, they're both veterans, but the son, veteran, becomes this garbage man. First task as a garbage man, to clear out this warehouse, large warehouse. They said, throw the things in the garbage. Don't open the box, just throw them in the garbage. And he, bad employee number one, essentially his first day, his first task, starts opening the box, and it's a bunch of toys. And they're going to throw out all these toys. He said, well, why are we throwing out the toys? And his garbage man friend is like, oh, this guy, this wrestler toy, this wrestler got canceled because he was on social media being pro-God and pro-America and pro-military, and that's an unforgivable sin. So he was canceled, and so no one wants these toys anymore, and they can't sell this toy. Okay, so this wrestler canceled, and he was like, well, someone's going to want these toys. So the cop's son, PTSD riddled garbage man who lives like in an apartment that's like a dump. I'm like, damn, your cop father couldn't even hook you up on this one? Whatever, here nor there. So he then decides, he also finds like a poor young boy who doesn't have money for toys, or he's worried Santa's not going to come because he's poor. I think. I don't totally know. This part kind of got lost on me in the synopsis. So essentially, he gives the toys away to poor kids because what poor kids want are defamed wrestlers for Christmas from Santa. Okay? So he gives them away and he signs them all jingle smells, and then he brings Christmas to the poor kids. And then his dad's like, you're stealing, technically, because he's like stealing instead of throwing them away. So he doesn't get fired, and his dad, the cop, doesn't arrest him. He's a hero. And then he brings toys to kids in the hospital, and the wrestler becomes good again, I guess. And then he stays a garbage man. Okay? Sean Hannity. And really an interesting, I didn't watch it, of course, because I don't watch things, but my YouTubers do a good job. If you are interested in this, which we're not, obviously. But if you're bored to tears, you could watch my YouTubers recap it, okay? Because I refuse to spend another moment on this. Moving on. Current events. Wow, we're already so many minutes into this and I haven't done a thing. Okay, current events. Bowen Yang is leaving SNL. Oh my God. You know that he's been on SNL since 2018? I could not even believe that. I was like, holy shit. It really has been a long time. I was going to guess like 2021. I remember when he was like the iceberg. Oh my God. I was like, wow, good for you, Bowen. So I thought the Wicked fame was going to his head, but it turns out like there's all these other endeavors. He's writing a movie with his Las Culturistas co-star, Matt Rogers, who is also an incredible talent, who has this Christmas album, which is called Christmas in December. Hilarious. Okay. Touring now for the Christmas season. And they're writing a movie about how to get into Berlin's famous nightclub called Berghain. So I don't know shit about Berghain, obviously, or nightclubs in Berlin, but I had to do some research. So to get into Berghain, apparently they have these bouncers at the door who are like all tatted up and like have like piercings and things like that. Like, and it's a vibe check. There's not like a dress code or rules to get in. Like they read your vibe. People wait for hours in line. And on Reddit, people are like, okay, here's what worked for me. They've had magazines like send all people from their team to see like what works and what doesn't work if anyone could get in. A lot of like Vulture, the Cut fucking articles about it. No one got in, obviously. So the point is that it's supposed to be like a diverse and interesting group of people inside. So in line, like you're not supposed to seem like too excited. You're not supposed to seem too drunk. You're just supposed to seem like cool enough to like fit in with the crowd, but different and diverse enough to like bring an edge and an intrigue. So essentially, just be everything and nothing, and be an enigma, but also interesting enough to talk to. And I'm like, when you're describing somebody who is like cool enough to fit in, but interesting enough to not, I'm like, this person's probably not talking to me. Or to anyone in my mind. Like this person's probably like aloof and really cool and like wants the Instagram pictures, but like are they having a nice time? Unclear. All right. So there is a website that will tell you if you turn on like your camera and your microphone on your computer, like will you get into Berghain? And the answer is usually no. I did it. It was quite funny. I'll put the link in the show notes. Okay. Moving on. Current events. WNBA news. The Connecticut Sun WNBA team from Connecticut, near and dear to my heart as a Connecticutian, is for sale. All right. So the Connecticut Sun lost all of their talent. It all turned over. Like their stars, Alyssa Thomas and Dwana Bonner, left for the Phoenix Mercury. Well, they ended up both on the Phoenix Mercury. They are engaged. Kind of cute. Okay, kind of cute. And they had their whole roster flip essentially last year. Like they lost all their talented players. They had 5 new starters this year. So Connecticut Sun's struggling. They play at Mohegan Sun in a small arena, and they just don't have like the riz. You know, they're kind of unk, if you would say. They are unk in the situation. Like they're from Connecticut. It's like a basketball school, like UConn, basketball state. But the patrons are typically like Mohegan Sun goers, like old people who go to Mohegan Sun who gets the tickets for free. Mohegan Sun is not like centrally located. Like it's pretty far from like any metropolitan area in Connecticut. So not a great situation. So they're up for sale. The first instinct is like Boston, you know, the Celtics. Boston is a metropolitan area, doesn't have a team. Okay. So people have been saying, oh, maybe it'll be Boston. Essentially, expansions cities can put in their bids to be a part of the WNBA expansion. Another big contender is Houston, because Houston formerly had one of the original 8 WNBA teams back in like the late 90s, okay, when the WNBA was like created. All right. It was the Houston Comets. So the Houston Comets was one of the original 8 teams. They won the first 4 championships of the entire WNBA. 97, 98, 99, and 2000 sweep. The first ever dynasty. One of only 2 teams to ever be undefeated in WNBA championships, along with, little known fact, the Seattle Storm. How interesting is that? Okay, fun fact for you. So yes, the Comets was a dynasty, and it housed like all this incredible legendary WNBA talent. Cynthia Cooper, the first ever MVP in the WNBA, I'll have you know. Cheryl Swoops, Kim Perot, Michelle Snow, Tina Thompson, Teresa Weatherspoon, now no longer the coach of the Chicago Sky, but Teaspoon, also a former Liberty player. Lobo was once on there. Dawn Staley was once on the Comets. Like very, very famous women's team. Okay. So they were bought by like a mattress company. It's like 10 years into their reign. Like 2007, they like sold to like a mattress company or whatever, bought the team for like a couple $1 million, like $10 million, I think. And then the team went to shit. Like they fumbled all their talent. They moved them to a smaller venue. They like lost all their fans, and the team disbanded in 2008. I'm like, these were this is a dynasty. It took them less than 10 years to fucking blow it as a team. So that really sucks. Okay. And I think, you know, reviving a Houston team would be really, really cool. But keep in mind, Texas already has a team. They have the Dallas Wings. They have Paige Beckers. Okay. And Connecticut is one of only 2 teams in like the Northeast. Connecticut Sun, New York Liberty, and then DC, the Mystics. That's it. All right. Everywhere else, it's sort of spread out. Now, also, the most recent expansion team was the Golden State Valkyries. By the way, we in the Bay Area, we already have the LA Sparks. They're like right next to each other. All right. Okay. The next expansion team is the Toronto Tempo. I suppose you can say that's close enough, but it's Canada. All right. Canada, although popping off right now. Heated rivalry mention. Again, dubs in the chat. There are a couple expansion teams coming, though. Philly is kind of close. The newest expansion teams that are coming in the next couple years, they're expanding to Philly, Cleveland, and Detroit. So they said that Cleveland will be in the WNBA. I think that'll be, the 15th team? If there's 12? There's 13 right now with the Valkyries, 14 with Toronto. The 15th team will be Cleveland in 2028. The 16th will be Detroit in 2029. And the 17th will be Philly in 2030. I keep threatening to move to Philly, and maybe by 2030 I'll finally fucking figure it out. But either way, I'm sad to see the Connecticut Sun will be leaving Connecticut. Connecticut cannot get their shit together and like actually put in a competitive bid for this. I'd be fine with Boston, even though Boston is, say it with me, white pride parade, straight pride parade. Remember? But I would be fine with that to keep it in the Northeast. Okay, here nor there. I'd be happy either way. I just hope both teams have fun. Okay, moving on. You know we have to talk about Smize and Dream. I have to bring back Tyra's project to make hot ice cream a thing. Okay, but let me give you the bad news first. Bad news or good news first? I'm giving you bad news first. Her company behind it all, called School of Smize LLC is being sued. Meow. I'm sorry, Tyra. So School of Smize and the creators of Smize and Dream are being sued in Washington, D.C. because they signed a 10-year lease, apparently, to have that be like their flagship store, and they never followed through on it. Okay, so now they're suing them for a couple $1 million for not fulfilling the terms of the lease, because apparently they were going to sign this 10-year lease and have it be the flagship starting in 2024, and then also like do all these things for the community, like community revival, things like that, all these commitments. They haven't followed through, so now they're being sued. That's not amazing. I don't think that they have generated, how you say, $2 million so far, but they have done some pop-ups in New York, and God fucking knows everything is so expensive here, so maybe that's what they're doing to recoup this cost. Honestly, that's a scam I could get behind. Okay, so she has been doing pop-ups, and I've seen some like little influencers talk about this fucking hot ice cream because they've been at Chelsea Market at our tech house for the last week. So Smize and Dream has been doing their hot ice cream inside the installation at our tech house. So it's a $25 ticket to get in, and then I'm pretty sure you have to pay for the ice cream when you're in there. So they've been there for the past week. I think that just closed, but don't worry, I have the list of things and places that they're going to be through February. Okay, so let me tell you our lives, okay? Santa Smize's Cookies hot ice cream at Mr. Purple, the restaurant, from the 15th to the 20th. That's over already, sorry. Pistachio cardamom hot ice cream topped with a slice of kulfi at Passerine, January 8th to 10th. Apple pie a la cream hot ice cream at Jean-Georges Brasserie, January 15th to 18th. Limited edition frozen hot chocolate hot ice cream at Serendipity 3, January 29th to February 1st. South Pole donut hole hot ice cream at Temple NYC, February 5th to 7th. And a cookie forward hot ice cream flavor collaboration with Chip City Cookies for the week of Valentine's Day, February 10th to 15th. So we've got options, babe. Follow me on Instagram for more, because you know that we are going to make the trek to the Smize and Dream. So that way we can give Tyra that cash, so that way she can fulfill the lawsuit in DC. Sorry to Tyra. Okay? Moving on, rave reviews. Jake Paul got knocked out in a fight. So if you don't know who Jake Paul is like a red-pilled former like Viner / YouTuber. He's the younger brother of the YouTuber who was canceled because he filmed a dead body in the suicide forest in Japan. Do you remember this? That's Logan Paul. Jake Paul's the younger brother who is just like really annoying, and he started to like challenge all these famous boxers. Remember, he fought like Mike Tyson when Mike Tyson's ass was out on Netflix. Remember this? That's Jake Paul. So Jake Paul has been like this really obnoxious guy on the internet, like Trump supporter, posing with Trump, whatever, blonde curly hair with the earrings type guy. Real fucker look, you know what I'm saying? So he has been challenging all these like famous actual fighters to fights, and he's won a couple of them, and it's all just to like make a bunch of money. Fair. So he finally challenged like a former 2-time heavyweight champion. His name is Anthony Joshua. And so they had a fight this weekend, and in the 6th round, he got fully knocked out, jaw broken in 2 places. And to that, I have to say, go, keep going. 2 places, that's it? I feel like we could have gone harder. And also the 6th round, Anthony, what are we doing? And listen, I'm sure in my mind, and I know that this is probably not true, in my mind, boxing is also rigged. Like WWE is fake, in my mind, they are paid for how many rounds that they go, which we know they are, right? Like they're paid for however many rounds they last. But of course, like, are they not colluding with each other? Like, is there not? I am not convinced that like MMA / boxing is not rigged in the same way that WWE is, and I will not be explaining any further because I literally have no explanation. It's just my feeling. Okay, and that's what we are doing, and that's what I'm saying. All right, moving on. Speaking of people who are canceled and really bad and friends with Trump, Nicki Minaj. Grave review. Nicki Minaj was at Charlie Kirk's organization, Turning Point USA. We know that rip Charlie Kirk. So Erica Kirk, his widow, is now like the head of Turning Point USA, his organization. And they had this like yearly event. It's called like Turning Point Con or whatever. JD Vance is like the keynote speaker. Erica Kirk came and had a fucking one-on-one, fireside chat with fucking Nicki Minaj. And they have other, amazing guests like, fucking Ben Shapiro, Tucker Carlson, all these other, the MAGA red pilled folks are all at this thing. Okay. So Nicki Minaj is like, Usain Bolt style speed running her own ending of her career. Like, she was saying things like Trump is great and Republicans are the cool people and don't be like Gavin Newsom. She said to Erica Kirk in their fucking fireside chat from hell, JD Vance is an assassin. Like, saying like he's so like smart and on point. I'm like, girl, could we not have thought of another metaphor? Like, you have bars in every place, but you're looking at somebody, the widow of somebody who was actually killed from someone who was assassinated. You couldn't think of another word. This is the same bitch who had that verse on Monster. I'm just saying. But most of all, I'm worried for Nikki's eyesight. Like, she said that they are like attractive and cool. Like, there's a lot of things wrong in general, but like, is this the same bitch who wrote Barbie Dreams, roasting every single rapper in the game, like calling them all, like, she's like, you're fat, you're ugly. I'm pretty sure she called somebody the R word. And this is what she's saying? You know, the rumors have been that she's been like strung out on coke for years, and she's been going on these like long fucked up tirades. Like, she just seems like she's like not in a great place. Like, remember Bigfoot, the whole like beef she had with Megan Thee Stallion? Like, she's been going off on Twitter, yada yada. People are saying like she's just a little nuts now, but this is really the worst turn yet. And now that I think about it, most of the people on that fucking song Monster are actually canceled. Like Kanye, obviously, Jay-Z now, like, he's sort of like swept up in the Diddy stuff and it's coming out. Like, people are finally realizing how old he was when he got with Beyonce, like perv vibes. Rick Ross, I don't really know if he's canceled, but probably. Obviously, Nicki now. I feel like Bon Iver's the only one we have left, and he is a good man. I'll take him. You know, I'm fine with it. All right. And that's for my alternative heads everywhere. Bon Iver mentioned. Also, like, the Barbs are some of the meanest fans in the world, so can't wait to see what the fuck they do with this. Can't wait to see how they spin this into something that we should stand about her. There is no fucking way. I think she's actually gonna, like, all of her fans are LGBTQ. I hate to tell you this, all the Barbs are gay. What are we going to do about this? You are now affiliating yourself with, like, she's like Trinidadian. She's always like, I'm this girl from Queens. I just can't imagine. Nikki, no. Nikki, no. I used to be a Barb. But now I'm a hottie. And this is why Megan Thee Stallion would never. She would never. Oh, God, Megan. Hotties rise up. Okay, moving on. Can I say something? And I know I've already said it multiple times and I'm going to say it again, but heated rivalry. Oh my God. Okay. Episode 5 just dropped. It was the best episode of the season, the best episode of television I've seen all year. And I don't want to hear it. I know it's only one season and there's only 5 episodes. Obviously, like, it being one of the best doesn't mean a lot, but it does. Okay. And I don't watch TV. So it being the best episode I've seen all year might fall on a deaf ear, but not for us. Okay. Because it's actually like rated one of the best episodes of television by actual people who care about and know things. Okay. So in addition to my opinion, other people have opinions as well, and they agree with me. So who's right? Me. I cried twice. Actually, I might have cried 3 times. This episode had everything. Oh my God. A 4-minute Russian monologue, bullying your older brother, threats, the cabin, ER nurses, crying, delicate and tender holding. It had everything. Oh my God. It was so beautiful. I was so moved. And that motherfucking song, that song that they used on the ice at the very end. Oh my God, the camera is swirling around. I just could not deal with it. That song was actually like, it was keeping me in the moment. I started listening to it outside of the show and I was like, it's actually hitting my personal life as well. I had to make a phone call. I was like, I need to phone a friend. I'm actually not okay. It's called I'll Believe in Anything by Wolf Parade. Oh my God, absolutely perfect for the moment. I'm waiting time before I watch it again because I wish I could see it again for the first time. Like, it was so beautiful and so good. I just want to be surprised again. I cannot wait. So there's only 1 episode left in the season. I know they were renewed for a season 2 and that makes me nervous. I'm sort of like, if you have the perfect season, just like leave it in perpetuity as is. Oh, God, I hate that about me. I hate that I'm like, another season will only taint the goodness of the one season. That's not true. Things can be good and elongated and a longer story. I know that is true, but my heart is like, just like leave it perfect and written in stone. Oh my God, I know. 1 more episode. I can't wait. I'm coming to the cabin. Don't. I know I don't do accents. Okay, I don't do accents, but it is incredible. I'm getting thirst TikToks about these 2 boys like I've never even seen before. And I'm like, Should I? Would I? Sure. Whatever. At the same damn time, whatever. It's whatever, okay? So if you haven't seen it, definitely watch Heated Rivalry. Episode 5, it is all worth it. Okay? I believe in love again. Everything is going to be okay. This is the energy we need to bring to 2026. Yearning, love, the cabin, coming out. Okay? I'm fucking sick of it. Moving on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry as to all of you because I am going to be fiending for all of your likes in 2026. I decided 2026, like I said, it's going to be the year of trying hard. It's my try hard year. So I'm going to be in your face. I'm going to be posting. I'm going to be asking for you to subscribe and comment and like and share and to come out and to come to my fuck ass events. Okay. I'm going to be annoying. I'm going to make enemies. Maybe I'll make enemies and maybe I'll get blocked. Okay. But I'm going to be promoting a lot of shit. I'm going to try to put myself out there and to bring people together. I think it's just like my favorite thing to do is to like do in-person events, and that's what I need to lock in on. So of course I'm going to be doing this, but I, get back into the events and, trivia and bingo and more fun stuff that I'm like cooking up in this fucking journal of mine. But most of all, I am going to be asking you for things, and I really appreciate it. And to everyone who already listens to this and who like participates in the things that I do and like answers my polls or likes my stories, like or gives me 5 stars or comments on my podcast or watches me on YouTube or gives me like the thumbs up on YouTube, even if I know it's like Caroline and Abby and my mom and my sister, like I really do appreciate it because I am a person who has like notoriously struggled with asking for things. I'm like a recovering loner who just like refuses to accept help and who wants to do everything on my own and to be independent because I don't want to rely on anyone else. I just want to be doing and to be capable of doing everything myself. And I think like we got there. Listen, like there was a finish line. I was like, okay, yes, we've been the final boss of independence and like we've gotten there and it is possible. But like that's not the point of life. And if I've learned anything this year among the many lessons I've learned, it's just like you gotta let people help you and you gotta ask for it. And there's no shame in that because if you do like me or you like this, then you won't mind. Like I want to do this for other people who I like and who I support. And so if they ask me to do it, of course I'll do it. And so that's me asking all of you and thanking you for the people who already do this and who already participate. Like it genuinely means so much to me and it helps me to keep going and it reassures me. And when people text me like, oh my God, I'm listening, or this was so funny, or I love this part, like it literally makes my day. Like the thought that I put this out into the world and like people I don't even realize are listening to this. How fucking cool is that? Like people who don't even know me probably listen to this. Like I find that to be so fucking cool. And if I could bring anyone even the smallest amount of joy, I think that would make me so happy. Okay. So shout out to all of you. Why am I getting emotional? Oh my God. Song of the week is that song from Heated Rivalry. If I said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. I'll believe in anything by Wolf Parade. It's that bitch in my phone since Friday. Okay. Actually, I'm going back for a second. I just want to say one last thing, which is like letting people carry you or carry things with you. It's no joke. Like it really is so important. Like don't let the only time people carry you be in your fucking casket. Like let them share in your successes and your struggles and all the things that happen in life. Like it genuinely is what human connection is about. Like it's what community is about. And I think the more that we do it for other people, the more that we might feel comfortable asking other people to do that for us and telling people what you need. I used to look at my friends and like be thinking about these like wizard tests, be like, well, if they really cared, they would have asked me about this, or they would have remembered this, or they would have texted me. And I was just setting them up for failure. And I really try not to do that anymore. And I know that it's not fair, but I try to tell people what I need and then they can choose if they do it or not. But it's only right that I give them the chance to be there for me. And it's hard and it can be really disappointing, but like if it's not, the value that you get is incredible. And being close to people and being known and knowing other people is truly like the best part of life. So I think the best you can do is like treat people how you want to be treated and tell people what you want and fucking see what happens. Okay. So what I'm going to try to do in 2026 is just like not wait for people to disappoint me. And I hope that I don't disappoint you, but if I do, I'm sure I'll be sorry. And I'm sure it won't be on purpose. And that's what I'm trying to tell people about me. Like, if they disappoint me, it's probably not on purpose. And they probably are sorry. And if they say sorry, I should probably believe them and give them another chance and not like cut them off forever and become a recluse and live under a rock like Patrick Starr. I've thought about it. I've thought about it, but don't. Okay. God, resilience is exhausting, but you know, it's probably the right thing to do. Okay. So the point is, thank you to you all. You have helped to carry me, and I hope that I can carry you as well. All right. A rising tide lifts all ships. 2026 is going to be that bitch. And that's it. All right. This has been Gay Rave. I am the Gabby L, and the L is for, say it with me, love you. Bye.
That's what she said. And you know what? What was that? Okay, James.